Recorded Books presents Detroit City Mafia by India. Narrated by Laquita James with Bernard K. Addison.
Prologue. 911, what's the emergency? The young operator asked after the second ring. She sounded perky and cheerful, like the heaviness of her job hadn't yet weighed her down. Help. I need help. I screamed as loud as I could into the blood-covered phone I was clutching for dear life. Please, help me. Using what felt like my final breaths, I begged this stranger with every ounce of energy I could muster to send help my way. Internally, though, I could sense the end was near. My toes were turning cold, and it was becoming harder and harder to get air. Everything is going to be okay. Calm down, please, and tell me what your emergency is, the operator said. I've been shot in my stomach, and I really can't breathe. As I ended the sentence, I started to cough up chunky bits of blood. On cue, my body began to tremble. I knew death was around the corner. Help is on the way. Just hang on. Keep talking to me. Are you alone? Now, fear had consumed the young operator's voice. Gone was the perkiness. Now she was panicked. Hello? Are you there? Stay with me. Although I wanted badly to reply, I just couldn't. My attention was focused on the large hole in my stomach. There was so much blood, you'd swear I'd been covered with gallons of dark red paint. This shit looked like the scene of a horror film, and I was the unlucky victim. Hello? Please say something. The 911 operator begged frantically. She wanted me to give her some indication that I was still alive, but I just didn't have the strength. As I tried to press a button on my call screen to at least let her know I was still alive, the room started to spin. My eyelids opened and closed uncontrollably. Suddenly, I felt extremely tired. Fighting with everything I had, I forced myself to stay awake. I knew if I closed my eyes now, they would probably never open again. Fuck. This was really it. The curtains were finally about to close. All my life, I thought I would die of old age, in a hospital, surrounded by my loved ones. Yet here I lay, dying young and all by myself. Silly me for thinking that God would look out for me this one time. Shit. My life had been hell for as long as I could remember. Why would today be any different? Right on cue, the phone slipped from my bloody grasp into the large pool of blood flowing from my midsection. I tried hard to reach for it, but it was no use. Fuck. I couldn't believe today had turned into such a tragic occasion. It was my wedding day, and to make matters worse, I was expecting my first child soon. How would my seed survive in such an ugly world without me? Nobody would love my son or daughter like me. No one could teach my child the game like me. Fuck! I thought again as the severity of this situation hit me like a ton of bricks. Just then, I heard the sirens approaching from outside, and things began to look up. Maybe I was going to be all right after all. Silently, I prayed the Lord would spare me. God knows I've done some dirt. Nevertheless, I was just beginning to figure my life out, and then some shit like this happened. I heard the saying, tomorrow ain't promised, plenty of times. I just never knew how true the shit was until...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.